What up, what up, what up, though? It's me, yours truly, Beauty in a Bonnet. Yes, that's right. Now, let's get started. Okay, I know that sounded silly. Let's get started.
They make diamonds by one, putting it under pressure, two, putting it under extreme heat, and three, they cut it. Let me tell you something about the diamond. When it finishes going through all of that, you cannot break it.
Extreme pressure, extreme heat, and then they cut it. That's how you make a diamond, right? So let's go ahead and correlate that or relate that to human nature, us as people. So extreme pressure, that stays the same. That stays the same. Everybody as humans, we undergo pressure. Extreme heat, I'm gonna correlate that to pain, right? Because under extreme pain, extreme pressure, right? And then to make a diamond, you cut it, right? And I think at the end of that, I think is our prestige, right? So we got our pressure, we have our pain, and then we have our prestige. The prestige is that ending point. Like, yes, you done went through it all. You done been there. You've taken the toll. You've taken everything that you possibly can. It's the result, right? So when you go under extreme pain, for example, if you succumb to that pain, if you give up in it, and you say, you know what, this is it. This is the end for me, and you just in your mind you say this isn't gonna work. I'm not gonna make it. Then, hey, there's a chance, and I hate to admit, you might not make it, right? But if you go through that pain and you recognize it. Yes, it hurts. It sucks. You can't help but recognize it. It's there. But you go through that pain and you need to put in your mind that it's temporary. This is not going to last forever. They say our maker, God is not going to give us more than what we can handle. So in the back of your mind, while you're going through all that pain and you have to recognize it and you have to deal with it physically, and your mind mentally, you need to make up that, you know what, this is not going to break me. This is not going to stop me. This is not going to deter me from getting back to the point where I need to be or the point where I need to progress and go further. You need to get to a point where you understand, and you believe that pain is temporary and that will not last forever. But let's back up. Let's go to the first one, pressure. Before there is pain, there's pressure. Now, usually, and I'm not saying all the time, but usually you can kind of feel, a pain or, you can feel a tough time, or sometimes you can feel a struggle coming on. You may not know what kind, or you may not know the severity of it, but there is some type of pressure there, right? So what do you do if the pain is avoidable? What do you do to avoid it? And what can you do to ease the pain once you are going through it? First of all, let's talk about preventing it altogether. If you're doing things that you know could potentially cause you pain, then when you get to and go through the pain, it's kind of like, okay, you done shot yourself in the foot. How do we bandage it, right? That's where, again, that mentality is going to come into play. That's where, again, you leveling things in your mind. You don't ever lose hope, because sometimes, we accidentally shoot ourselves in the foot. Sounds crazy, right? But yeah, it happens. Human nature, we make mistakes. If there is a pressure that you could not prevent, be honest. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Let's consider where it came from, right? Because we all we all go through a certain pressure, and there's a pressure to keep up, there's a pressure to impress, there's a pressure to feel like you are doing or advancing, or maybe even unspoken competition just to show that you are worthy or that you are credible, right? That's the pressure. But do you have to go through it? Like, they say God does not put on our plate more than what we can handle, but are you putting on your plate more than what you can handle? Right? Like, according to what you think or what you think that other people think. In my sociology class, there's a word that describes this. There's a word that describes you looking at yourself the way that you think others look at you. Okay? And that's called looking glass self, right? So automatically it puts this pressure on you, this almost unspoken pressure of you feeling like you have to keep up. If I can't do this, then, oh my goodness, what are people going to think of me? Oh, if I should be able to do this, I'm the man of the house, or I'm the woman of the house. But see, the truth is, if you can't do it, you just can't do it. And especially if you've built up such a prestige, which, my next point, if you've built up such a prestige, such a reputation, such a personable character of yourself already, then it's what you should think is, I can't do this. But people know that if I was able to, then I would. You've already built this character. You've already built this reputation for yourself that people know. If he could do this, he would be out there doing this. If she could do this, you already know that's what she'd be doing. But because of the circumstance right now, if it's what you can't do, it's what you can't do. And people that know you understand that. Let the responsibility fall on those that support you, because those that support you understand why it cannot be your responsibility right now. And it's temporary. Like I said, that pressure, that builds pain. That pain, that builds prestige. But see, that pressure and that pain is temporary. Pain might follow that pressure. Recognize that it will not last forever. Recognize that, like I said, if you can't prevent it, our Maker's not going to give us more than what we can handle. So go through it. Go and make it count for something, because in order to become a diamond, those are the things that you're going to have to go through, or it's not real.
If you can break it, it's not a diamond, it's a zirconia. They look exactly like diamonds until you test them.
You went through that. Once you made that, can't nobody take that. So, pressure, pain, prestige. I'm going to say it again because you might have missed it. Yeah, I know I just said it, but I'm going to say, hey, you might have been in the back getting some water or something. You might have set the phone down, So I'm going to reiterate this because I want you to feel it. I want you to believe it. I need this to resonate with you, okay? All right, so pressure, pain, prestige. On the other side of pain, whatever that is to you, how that feels for you, it's success. Achieving that milestone, reaching that breakthrough. But in order to get to it, you have to go through it. On the other side of pain is success. But in order to get to it, you have to go through it. And you, prestige, you on the road to success. Thanks for watching.